In the crisp morning light of Rockefeller Plaza, cameras were already rolling. The Today Show was buzzing louder than usual. It wasn't just another celebrity interview, this was Prince Harry's first live appearance on the show since his recent controversies. The air was charged, producers whispered, and Savannah Guthrie adjusted her notes carefully. She knew this would not be an ordinary conversation. As the theme music faded, the studio lights brightened, and Savannah turned toward the camera with her signature poised smile. "Good morning, America. Joining us today, Prince Harry." The audience applauded warmly, but behind the polite smiles, everyone sensed tension waiting to erupt. Harry walked onto the stage, dressed in a navy blue suit. His expression was calm but guarded, his movements deliberate. As he took a seat across from Savannah, the crowd grew silent. Cameras zoomed in. This was the moment everyone had been waiting for. Savannah began with the usual questions, safe territory. "Harry, thank you for joining us. You've spoken a lot about your journey in recent years, stepping away from royal duties, moving to the United States, focusing on your family. How are you feeling now?" Harry smiled slightly, his hands clasped. "I'm doing well, thank you. It's been a journey of growth and self-discovery. My focus now is on purpose, on mental health awareness, and on creating a safe environment for my family. So far, so good." But the producers in the control room already knew, this wasn't the story they needed. They needed tension. Savannah shifted slightly, flipping a page in her notes. "There's been a lot of discussion, Harry, about some of your comments in recent interviews, about your family, your role in the monarchy. Some critics say you've crossed the line of privacy yourself. How do you respond to that?" Harry's smile faltered. "I think people misunderstand intent. I've spoken honestly about my experiences, not to hurt anyone, but to bring awareness to what I've been through. My story is my truth." Savannah nodded but pressed further. "But when that truth includes your father, your brother, your stepmother, aren't you contributing to the very media intrusion you've condemned?" The air thickened. The live audience grew still. Harry leaned back, his expression tightening. "Savannah, I think there's a difference between intrusion and accountability. When you live your life under constant attack, sometimes speaking your truth is the only way to heal." Savannah maintained her composure. "But do you think it's fair to your family, to share private details on such a public stage?" Harry's jaw clenched. "Fair? Was it fair when lies were printed about me and my wife every single day? When silence was the only option offered to us? Fairness isn't the same for everyone, Savannah." Her tone shifted slightly, still calm, but sharper. "Harry, with respect, some feel that your interviews have created division rather than healing. You've criticized institutions, journalists, even the royal family. Yet, here you are, on another platform." A hush swept through the audience. The tension was undeniable now. Harry leaned forward. "So, should I just disappear? Stay silent forever? People say they want honesty, then punish you for it. I came here to talk about mental health and purpose, not to rehash tabloid headlines." Savannah's eyes met his. "I understand that, but the world doesn't forget, Harry. You've chosen the spotlight, and the questions come with it." The crowd murmured slightly. It was getting heated. Producers exchanged looks. On live television, this was gold, but it was also spiraling. Harry exhaled sharply. "You know what's funny? I came here hoping for an honest discussion, not another ambush disguised as journalism." Savannah's smile faded completely now. "This isn't an ambush, Harry. This is accountability. You've spoken publicly about so many people, and now someone's asking you to explain." Harry shook his head. "Accountability works both ways, doesn't it? When do the networks, the hosts, the tabloids take responsibility for the damage they've done?" The studio was silent except for the hum of the lights. A long pause hung between them. Savannah's producer's voice crackled in her earpiece, "Move it along, or wrap it." Savannah's voice softened, but her eyes were firm. "We're here to give you a voice, Harry. But this isn't a one-way conversation." Harry stood up slightly, visibly frustrated. "I think I've said enough. If this is what you call a conversation, then I'm done." Gasps rippled through the audience. Savannah blinked, stunned. "Prince Harry, please." But Harry had already unclipped his mic and stepped back from the stage. Cameras struggled to follow him as he walked off set, security moving quickly behind him. The audience erupted in murmurs, unsure if it was scripted or real. Savannah looked toward the camera, maintaining her composure. "We'll be right back." The screen faded to commercial. Moments later, behind the scenes, chaos. Producers rushed to control the fallout. Savannah sat still for a moment, her expression unreadable. Some crew members whispered that Harry's team was furious. Others said it was exactly what he'd expected, another media circus. Outside the studio, the story exploded. Within minutes, social media lit up, hashtags like #HarryWalksOff and #TodayShowDrama trended worldwide. Viewers debated whether Savannah had been too harsh or Harry too defensive. Clips of the exchange went viral within an hour. Back in London, royal commentators pounced. "This was bound to happen," one said on air. "Prince Harry has spent years challenging institutions, and now he's facing the consequences on live American television." But others saw it differently. "This was about emotion," another analyst argued. "Harry's trauma with the press runs deep. The line between journalist and aggressor feels blurred to him." By afternoon, the Today Show released a brief statement. "This morning's interview with Prince Harry became heated. We respect his perspective and wish him well." That didn't stop the firestorm. Every outlet ran the clip. Every commentator had an opinion. Was Harry right to walk out? Or did Savannah simply do her job? Later that evening, Savannah returned to her anchor chair. The studio was quieter, the tone more serious. "This morning's interview was intense," she said on air. "We value open dialogue, even when it's uncomfortable. Prince Harry has a powerful story, and I hope someday, he continues that conversation." The following days blurred into headlines, reactions, and memes. One clip, Harry saying, "I'm done," became an instant viral moment. But beneath the noise, something deeper lingered. For the first time, viewers saw two worlds collide, one of media tradition, the other of rebellion against it. Harry's team released a calm statement 2 days later. The prince stands by his decision to leave the interview. He will continue advocating for mental health and accountability. But the tension didn't fade easily. Commentators debated for weeks. Analysts replayed the moment frame by frame. Was it a breakdown? A power move? Or simply a man refusing to be cornered again? Behind the scenes, Savannah handled it with her trademark grace. When asked later if she regretted the exchange, she simply said, "My job is to ask questions. His job was to answer." That's television. And she wasn't wrong. It was television, raw, unscripted, unforgettable. For Harry, it became another chapter in his ongoing battle with the media, a public moment that once again blurred the line between truth and performance. For Savannah, it solidified her reputation as one of the few anchors unafraid to confront anyone, even a prince. Days later, paparazzi captured Harry leaving a quiet private dinner in Beverly Hills. He looked calm again, reflective. Maybe the storm was just another reminder that truth, in his world, always came with a cost. Meanwhile, inside NBC's sleek newsroom, executives were already discussing how the segment's ratings had doubled expectations. Controversy sells, and this one had it all. But for those who watched it live, that moment when Harry stood up, that flicker of frustration and pain, said more than any interview could. As the sun set over